Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about a movie, and look, we're outside. It's the first time I've ever been outside to talk about a movie. It's mind-blowing. I thought since it's pretty nice out, I would take the camera outside and talk about a movie today. However, this isn't going to be like the whole video, so don't get scared. I'm just gonna record a bit out here, and then we'll go back in. Today I'm gonna do a top 10 list on my top 10 favorite movie characters. So the thing with this list is that I'm not going to include like Batman, Captain America, or stuff like that, because it originated in comics and it didn't originate in movies, so don't yell at me. Number 10 is Marty McFly from, well, you know what he's from. I think I am going to go in, and then we will continue talking about Marty McFly inside. Let's go! You're not actually coming with me. I'm actually just gonna take the camera with me. I can't physically take you with me. Let's just go. Hey, I'm back inside, and I still have shades. Okay, anyways. Marty McFly, in my opinion, is one of the most iconic movie characters that anyone can instantly recognize, even if they're not really that big of a movie fan, along with Rocky, Indiana Jones, and Darth Vader. And Michael J. Fox gives easily his best performance of his entire career, and he gives the character a lot of natural charisma, making him very likable. On to number 9, Decard from Blade Runner. So, a little confession about this movie, I suppose. When I first saw this when I was about 12, I did not like it at all, because I was expecting this to be like Star Wars because it had Harrison Ford in it. So I was kind of disappointed when it turned out to actually be this noir thriller, which is an aspect of Blade Runner which now I very much appreciate. And Decard as a character is very mysterious and doesn't reveal a lot about himself, which I also find to be pretty interesting. Because as an audience member, you're constantly just questioning like this guy's background and where he came from. I also like that he's a bounty hunter and he kills replicants, and sometimes he doesn't even like doing what he does, but it's his job, so he has to do it. So now on to number 8, David in American Werewolf in London. Man, oh man, do I love this movie. So, American Werewolf in London is, in my opinion, then again, what do I know? I'm just an internet movie boy. But in my opinion, it is the best werewolf movie ever made. And here's why. American Werewolf in London made the transformation into a werewolf really realistic. Because, think about it. If you were to change into a werewolf, it would be painful. And David is in a lot of pain physically and mentally because he's killing people, but he doesn't want to kill people because he's not really doing that. It's the werewolf that's doing that. So he's under a lot of pain mentally, but also physically because he changes into a werewolf and it's changing his entire body. And he's under tremendous guilt because he let his friend die, and also he's killed like 12 people. So he either wants to just keep killing people or he wants someone to kill him. And he's probably gonna choose the latter. Now on to number 7. Danny Meyerowitz, or Meyerowitz? I think it's Meyerowitz. Danny Meyerowitz in Meyerowitz Stories. So this might seem like kind of a strange choice because I don't really know how many people have seen or even heard of this movie. But trust me, it's really, really good. Adam Sandler gives his best performance he's ever given, and the whole movie is really about siblings, what it's like to have siblings, the troubles of having siblings, just siblings in general. And Adam Sandler is great as a brother who feels like he's kind of being like made fun of and undermined by his more successful brother, and how his more successful brother is shoving his success in his face. And I really liked how this movie could go from comedy to drama in a line, And it was mostly with Adam Sandler. And Adam Sandler is one of the best actors in the entire movie, which is pretty surprising. Number 6, Kaiser Soze from Usual Suspects. So just to avoid confusion, when I say Kaiser Soze, I'm actually talking about Verbil Kint. Because, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Usual Suspects, I strongly recommend you go watch it. At the end of the movie, it's revealed that Verbil Kint the entire time was actually Kaiser Soze. So when I say Kaiser Soze, I'm actually talking about Verbil Kint. So the reason I like Verbil Kint so much is because he used being a cripple to his advantage. And he made people believe that he can never actually accomplish anything without anyone's help. So no one suspected that he was actually the mythical crime boss, Kaiser Soze, which he actually was the entire time. And he befriended everyone and made them think that he was someone he wasn't, when in reality, he was in control of everything the entire time. So now on to number 5, Vincent from Collateral. So the main reason I like Vincent from Collateral a lot is because he is cool with a capital C. Tom Cruise makes Vincent like the best character in the movie because he gives him a lot of natural charisma that every Tom Cruise character has, and he instills a lot of humanity, which is kind of weird to see with someone who is a hitman. And something else I really like about him is even though he kills people for a living, he doesn't want to kill people needlessly. And he gets mad at Max at one point because he has to kill 2 people that he didn't have to. Now on to number 4, Ellen Ripley in Alien. So I feel like Ellen Ripley is right about pretty much everything that happens, because she was the one who said that the guy with the face hugger in the first Alien, that the guy with the face hugger could not come on board because if he did, bad things would happen, and no one listened, and then he came on board, and he was fine for like a day, and then he was eating his food, everything was fine, and then a chest burster burst out of his chest, and everyone's like, what? What happened? How could our friend die? Oh, I don't know. He had a chest burster a face hugger on his face. And you're questioning, oh, how could this have happened? And not only that, she's the one at the very end who pushes the alien out of the airlock. And she's the only one left. So clearly Ripley is the smartest person there. On to number 3, which is Captain Willard from Apocalypse Now. So Captain Willard is tasked with killing corrupt Colonel Kurtz, who uses the people of South Vietnam and North Vietnam to his own advantage, and they're like his own personal army, and they worship him as a god. And he's very reluctant to even kill the man because he's an American, and he'd obviously killed people in the war before because, well, it's a war, but he had never killed an American. And he doesn't tell anyone anything about his actual mission. He just tells people that he's going up to Cambodia. On to number 2, Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars saga. Yes, I'm aware that I'm technically breaking the rules right now because I am talking about more than one movie, but I can't help it. Luke is such an iconic character. I feel like everyone knows who Luke Skywalker is. Even if you're not that big of a Star Wars fan, you know who Luke is. Everyone has heard of Luke and Darth Vader. You just have. And I like Luke's story a lot, even though it's not the most original, because it shows up in a lot of different types of stories, like Rocky or something else like that. Someone who starts out as nothing and then becomes something, because he started out as a farm boy and then became a Jedi Knight and then became a Jedi Master and then died and then became a Force Ghost. And I liked a lot how, and I know a lot of people don't like Last Jedi that much, but something I really liked in Last Jedi was when he died looking at the twin suns, and then when he was just a farm boy in A New Hope, he was looking out towards the twin suns. I thought that was perfect because it was like finishing a character arc. It was, okay, here is the beginning of this character's arc when he's just like a farm boy before anything has happened yet. And here's the end of this character's arc when he's older, wiser, and he's much different than when he was in A New Hope. He's learned a lot more, he's experienced a lot more, and he's trained a lot of different types of Jedi. So for the number 1 spot, I was originally going to put Vito Corleone for this, but I decided to put Michael Corleone for this because I feel the entire Godfather trilogy is really more about Michael than it is about Vito. So Michael originally didn't want anything to do with the family business, but Michael would later help his father by killing Sosa and McCluskey, people who tried to kill Don Corleone. Michael mostly killed them both out of revenge for the attempted murder on his father's life. And then after the death of Don Corleone, he would become the new Don, managing all the operations for the Corleone family. And originally, Michael didn't want anything to do with the family business because he just wanted a legitimate life. However, after the death of Don Corleone, having a legitimate life seemed like it would never happen because he became the new Don almost instantaneously. Well, that's it. If you liked the video, you can like it, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.